sits in a jail cell. He is back in Idaho, accused of killing young Michael Vaughan.
You're pure evil. You have no heart. You have no soul.
Wondra is accused of murdering her then 5-year-old son in 2021. Would you think you'll ever get the answer as to why?
No, because there is no answer to why. Why would somebody hurt an innocent little boy? What answer could you give? What answer could you possibly give? How scared was he? Did he ask for me? Did he ask for Tyler?
Stacey Wondra has been charged with first-degree murder and second-degree kidnapping and destruction of evidence.
Michael "Monkey" Vaughan went missing from his Fruitland neighborhood on July 27, 2021.
This is a criminal investigation.
Now, more than 4 years later, in newly unsealed court documents, Fruitland police named 4 people they believed are involved in Michael's murder. Those 4 names are ones we've heard before.
This is Sarah Wondra. This is Sarah's husband, Stacey Wondra. This is Brandon Shurtliff, Adrian Lucien.
As for what these 4 people have in common, they were all staying at the Wondras' home when Michael disappeared in 2021. That's just half a mile from Michael's home where he was last seen. In the PCA, police pointed to video evidence they say showing Shurtliff walking around the neighborhood. They say Shurtliff helped move Michael's body in a duffel bag temporarily to his mom's home in Kuna before standing guard as they buried him in the Wondras' Fruitland backyard. Stacey Wondra told police the 4 hoped to sell Michael for $10,000 each. He says the idea came from Adrian Lucien. Idaho News 6 is now learning Lucien was arrested and released in Indiana in October for a traffic-related misdemeanor. Sarah Wondra is currently serving time in the Idaho State Prison System for unrelated charges. She's eligible for parole in early 2026.
Karen, is there any connection between the Vaughan family and the home where police had been searching?
No, we've heard this more than once from the family representatives and from the police department that there is no connection between the Vaughan family and the home where this search took place.
As you know, from the time Michael went missing, this has been an all-hands-on-deck investigation, and it remains very active and an ongoing investigation. You can't take one of our most precious citizens from us and ever expect us to stop. During the course of this investigation to date, we received credible information that the remains of Michael Vaughan could be found in the backyard at 1102 Red Wing Street in Fruitland. As a result, the Fruitland Police Department obtained a search warrant for the residence along with the front and backyards. That search warrant was served on November 11th. It was a Friday. We served that late in the evening. Upon entry, officers encountered Sarah Wondra, one of the known occupants of the home, and Sarah was subsequently arrested based on probable cause that she had knowledge of Michael's death and failed to report that death to law enforcement. The following day, the Fruitland Police Department, joined by the Idaho State Police, the Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue, the Fruitland Fire Department, and the Fruitland Public Works Department, began a very methodical excavation of the backyard of the Wondras' home. During that excavation process, the Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue, Mountain States detection dogs deployed multiple certified human remains detection dogs on the property, all of them alerting to the presence of human remains. Ground penetrating radar was also used and deployed, detecting anomalies in the backyard. We completed the excavation of the entire backyard and removed over 250 yards of dirt. Prior to backfilling the yard, the dirt was meticulously sifted for any potential human remains. We did not find Michael's remains. Although the remains of Michael Vaughan were not recovered, we strongly believe, based on evidence, that Michael was abducted and is deceased, and that his remains were buried and later moved from the property. As of today, the whereabouts of his remains are unknown. However, the investigation is active, fluid, and ongoing. Once the excavation was complete, we conducted a thorough search of the Wondras' residence. The search was productive, and additional investigative evidence was recovered and is currently being processed.
An hour's worth of body camera footage showing Stacey Wondra FaceTiming with detectives and directing to where Monkey's body was buried in his backyard.
It's like right under that mound area. It's right under the mound. About where at compared to the trees?
A little like right to the right of the trees area. It should be, it should be a garbage bag.
Okay, what color is the garbage bag?
It would either be white or black. We only had two colors.
Is the duct tape still going to be over his mouth?
It should be.
Okay.
I didn't watch to take them off.
Okay.
So you should have everything intact as it was.
He claims he watched the burial happen.
Okay. How far down is Michael?
I don't know how far she actually dug.
And the she he's referring to, that's his wife Sarah, another suspect in the case. Stacey says Adrian, a third suspect, was also there for the burial.
Out of 300 homes, police say canines tracked Michael's scent to the home where Stacey, his wife Sarah, and their two roommates Brandon Shurtliff and Adrian Lucien lived.
As Joe mentioned, a newly released probable cause affidavit filed in June lays out the interviews following Michael's disappearance. Again, during these initial searches, police say canines tracked Michael's scent to the fence line of the home where Stacey Wondra, his wife Sarah, and their two roommates, Brandon Shurtliff and Adrian Lucien, lived. All four of those individuals have been named people of interest in Michael's disappearance. One of Michael's neighbors told police they saw Michael riding a bike outside of the Wondras' home the day that he disappeared. Another neighbor said they saw that same tricycle at the Wondras' home during a garage sale months before Michael disappeared. The Wondras initially denied any involvement, but then in November of 2022, Stacey asked to meet with investigators. The PCA states Stacey claims he was home the night Michael was allegedly abducted and saw Sarah carrying Michael into the house. Stacey allegedly told police it was Adrian's idea to take a child to sell for money, and they would get a $10,000 cut. Stacey claims Sarah told everyone to, quote, follow her lead. Stacey told investigators they took him to Brandon's mother's home in Kuna that night, where they left Michael overnight. Stacey claims the other three returned to Brandon's mom's house the next day and brought Michael back to the Wanderers' home in Fruitland. Stacey told police Michael was not alive, and Sarah and Adrian buried him in the Wanderers' backyard. 2 days after Stacey's interview with police, they executed a search warrant and excavated the Wanderers' backyard. The affidavit says cadaver dogs alerted to the same area where Stacey told detectives Michael's body was buried, but to this day, Michael has not been found.
Hello, everybody. Thank you all for coming in. Today is March 20th, 2026. Welcome into Missing PNW Crimes Revisited. I am Samantha. Thank you all for coming to support the Vaughan family, to support Michael Vaughan. I'm so glad to see so many here. We've got a lot to talk about. And yeah, a lot to talk about. Brandon Shurtliff is making threats. Fruitland is investigating on who was driving the vehicle that came into the Vaughan neighborhood and nearby neighborhoods, taking down all of Michael's banners, flyers, yard signs. It's been crazy, is what it's been. Just absolute craziness going on ever since the beginning of Stacey Wondra's preliminary trial. Let's see who's here. We've got Jen, Hair Curlers in Crime. Best name on the YouTube streets. Thank you so much for coming in. Beautiful Callie Dime is here. Thank you for coming. Kimberly is also here. Thank you for coming in. We got Rubber Dub. And we've got Jen. Opal is here with a beautiful message. She says, turn one wish into, or wait, turn I wish into I will. One small step today changes everything. Tomorrow you matter. Thank you so much for your kind words. We absolutely love reading those here at Missing PNW. Purple is here. Thank you so much for coming in, hun. So good to see so many familiar faces and new faces. Preschool Granny is also here. Connie is here. Thank you for coming. Anna is here. Tara is here. The only little Texas tornado. Hello, hello. Thank you for coming in. If you're new here to Missing PNW, thank you so much for coming. Kathy, Mama B, also here. We got Hippie Gamma Bargains in the house. Chaos Queen, Renee, Northern Lights. Missing persons from around the world, welcome in. Sarah, thank you so much for coming. Thanks just to all my moderators for all their hard work during all the live streams. Let's see, we've got Carrie and Renee. Oh, Kimberly gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so very much. If you got a membership from Kimberly, please thank her for your membership. And let's do a little dance before this live stream starts. Really appreciate that so much. Let's see, who else is here? Right. Kimberly Mann is here. Avery is here. Case Courtney is traveling and listening. Thank you so much for coming in. True Crime Tribe is here. Thank you for coming. Carrie, Support My Girls is also here. Just want to thank everybody for coming in and supporting the Vaughan family and Michael Vaughan. Under My Scars, I see you. Toaster is in the house. Is here. Thank you for coming. Katie Wilson, Chaos Mama, another Chaos Mama. Truths to Light is also here. McSporin, thank you for coming in. All right. Let me just get down here. Ashley Higgins is here. Thank you so much for coming. Sherry Patton. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being a part of Monkey's Army. We're here today to talk about Michael Joseph Vaughan. There are 4 suspects in Michael Vaughan's abduction and murder. He was abducted on July 27th of 2021 in his neighborhood after wandering away from the house. He didn't even go very far and was taken. Stacey Wondra, Sarah Wondra, Adrian Lucian, and Brandon Shurtliff are all named suspects in Michael Vaughan's case. Stacey Wondra is going to trial. He has been charged with first-degree murder, second-degree kidnapping, and destruction of evidence. Sarah Wondra will also be charged when she's released from prison in October of 2026 for first-degree murder, second-degree kidnapping, and destruction of evidence. And then we have Adrian Lucian and Brandon Shurtliff, who are constantly saying they have had nothing to do with this, as do Stacey and Sarah, but they have a problem. They like to talk about things in the Michael Vaughan case, but you cannot have any information about his abduction or murder if you aren't guilty of something if you didn't witness something, right? If anybody has a tip, please call Fruitland Police. The tip line phone number is 208-642-6006, or you can email findmichael@fruitland.org. Please let law enforcement decide whether or not your tip is credible. Be Monkey's hero, be the Vaughan family hero. Please turn in that tip. It's just so very important to have people call in. You could think it's something small and it could actually be something really big. So especially if it's making you feel bad, or if it's something that you're thinking about all the time, asking yourself, man, should I call? Nah, it's nothing. It's probably something if you're feeling that way. So again, please call that tip line 208-642-6006, or email findmichael@fruitland.org. Brandon Shurtliff is making threats. He's doing all kinds of things, trying to cause a ruckus, coming into Brandy's Facebook, her actual personal Facebook. He is a named suspect in Michael Vaughan's case. Why are you on Brandy's Facebook, Brandon? Why? What are you trying to find there? What reason would you possibly have to be stalking Brandy Vaughan? And we'll get all into that in just a moment. First, I want to talk about some things that have recently happened. We all know, we talked about it before. Brandy went out and took some videos and showed us that all of Michael's banners, pictures, yard signs gone. She did go out. She did put them all back up. And after her putting out those videos, she's been contacted by news reporters. Channel 6 and Channel 7 out of Idaho have both put out reports. And today, Fruitland Police put out a report and actually put out pictures of the vehicle and the woman that they are looking for that drove this vehicle. So we're going to talk about that first. Again, if you have any tips, 208-642-6006, or email findmichael@fruitland.org. Just want to put something up here.
John Webb, Fruitland Police need your help finding someone who reportedly removed signs about missing Michael Monkey Vaughan. Officers say the person also damaged another sign before leaving. It happened Monday afternoon around 1:30 in the 700 block of Whitley Court. These are pictures of the suspect's car. It appears to be a white GMC Acadia. The suspect is described as a woman with sandy blonde hair wearing black pants and a red coat. If you know who this woman is or saw it happen, call the Fruitland Police Department with the number on your screen. Michael's mom, Brandy, sent KTVB these videos from her neighborhood where the signs were taken down. Banners and signs were up on fences and sidewalks for the past 4.5 years.
Well, here's where Monkey's banner sat for the past 4 years. Hasn't been torn up, nothing. Everything has been removed of Michael. I've talked to the city. I've talked to the police. Nobody from the city's doing it. Thank goodness for our community, so I'm going to get to work.
Brandy put up the new banners and signs shortly after they were taken down. As you can see in this video, they say missing Michael Joseph Vaughan. This comes after a judge recently decided to send the case for the man accused of kidnapping and killing Michael to district court.
They are looking for this vehicle. It is a white Arcadia. There is the woman right there. Sandy blonde hair, wearing like a red or like a maroonish jacket. Yeah, putting Michael's signs in or out of that vehicle. These signs were taken off of 8th Street that run directly in between the two subdivisions where Brandy lives on. And they were also taken off of Whitley and the highway. And there's a really good picture of the front. It's so disturbing to know that somebody wants to take out and, you know, take all of Michael Vaughan's signs down. Like, who would do that? And here, if you can look back in the very background up above this wall, there is, I actually see 1 or 2 people. Law enforcement said 1, but then I also found another news article earlier that mentioned 2 people. So I don't know. But they are looking for a woman that drives a GMC Arcadia. I have no words. Who would want to do that? Who? I know we had speculated on whether or not Brandon Shurtliff had anything to do with it because it happened right after he was triggered the other night. Here is another news article that I found that says the Fruitland Police Department is investigating a vandalism and theft incident after they believe someone removed signs and banners related to the case of missing child Michael Monkey Vaughan. Idaho News 6 reached out to police after receiving a tip that some signs had been stolen and vandalized. Police confirmed they received a report and are now looking for a suspect they described as a female with sandy blonde hair, wearing black pants and a red coat. Fruitland police say the woman was observed March 16, 2026 at approximately 1:30 p.m. on the 700 block of Whitley Court, removing signs and banners related to Michael Vaughan case and damaging other signs before leaving the area westbound on Southwest 8th. In the area in question is walking distance from the Vaughan family home where Michael was last seen in July of 2021. Brandy says, "These monsters will not intimidate me. Taking these signs will fuel me even more," said Michael's mom, Brandy Vaughan. "I will not stop putting Michael's face out there. We will not stop until we find him." Vaughan was 5 years old when he disappeared from the Fruitland neighborhood in 2021. More than 4 years later, Stacey Wondra was charged with murder, kidnapping, and destruction of evidence, and a judge ruled earlier this month that the case will move to trial. And district court will be having him on April 15th at 10 a.m. in the morning. I just can't believe it. I can't believe that these were taken down. But here, once again, Fruitland Police really going at it and showing that they're going to do their job. And they have already put up pictures of the car they're looking for, the community that Brandy and Tyler Vaughan have been dealing with over the past 4.5 years have really supported them. So I really believe that they will find out who is driving this car. And, you know, they're not going to be able to run and hide. Their cars everywhere. I'm sure they're already getting tips. You can find the full news report on the Fruitland Police Facebook. There's been a couple of news things that have gone out, but looking for a GMC Arcadia. I love the fact that they put up pictures, Fruitland Police, because that's really going to give a visual. I'm glad that it's up, you know, in the news. It'll probably be running the 6 o'clock news, the 8 o'clock news, the 10 and 11 o'clock news. Somebody's got to know something. And if you do, call Fruitland Police Department, please. Shannon, good to see you, hun. Donna is here also. Sheila's here. Thank you guys so much for coming in. I'm seeing a lot of people come in. Yeah, I mean, now let's move on to some other stuff that's been going on, because there's been so much going on. I went live kind of late the other night and talked about Brandon Shurtliff being triggered. He sent messages. Brad Ziegler is Brandon Shurtliff. We've proven that on the last live. He is saying Brandon is right here, right now, not running, not hiding, definitely being myself, not a killer. For all we know, Michael is still alive and well, roaming the earth somewhere free, which is just absolutely disgusting. We know that he has talked to law enforcement. We found that out during the preliminary hearing, all of the different things that he has spoken to detectives about. He couldn't have even had that information had he not been a witness that saw something or knew something of Michael Vaughan's abduction and murder. We know he is a named suspect. That's a fact, and he can deny it all he wants, but that is the truth. He also says, never met Michael or seen him in my life. He said those exact words when he was up here on the live that I had with him, and he followed that up with, never met Michael or seen him in my life until this day. And it was one of those slips that Brandon Shurtliff has made constantly. Same stories 5 years later. And he says it so bluntly, like it doesn't matter that it's been 5 years, when it does matter, because we know you, Brandon, know where Michael is. He was never at Tina's home. He's claiming that Michael was never at his house, even though cadaver dogs have hit at his mom's house. I call BS again. He is deflecting. He was never at the Wondra's house. They have evidence that he was at the house. They found stuff inside the house for evidence. Cadaver dogs also hid in that yard. We have Stacey's confessions where he talks about Sarah Wondra coming into the house and what Brandon Shurtliff played a part in all of that. And here he is wanting to even say he wasn't in the Wondra's house. And then here's another message. See you in court. Lawsuits are coming for the Vaughan family and the Wondra man and the entire Fruitland Police Department for false news and defamation of character and also slander. Lawsuits. He sounds so much like Stacey Wondra, doesn't he? All the lawsuits about everybody that he's gonna sue, and Brandy Vaughan and the family, they welcome any lawsuits, and I'm sure Fruitland Police Department are welcome any lawsuits. And if you want to sue Stacey, you do that too. But you're going to have to talk about Michael Joseph Vaughan if you try to sue anybody. So go for it. Talk about him. That's what we want from you, Brandon, is for you to talk about Michael Vaughan. Really, the lawsuits is just pathetic. It's just pathetic. It's so laughable. You sound so much like Stacey. It's just, wow. He also says, see you in court. Oh, I already played that one. Oh, so he says, so F off with your bullshit lies. Well, come prove in court that they're bullshit lies. I mean, like I suggest you do, liars, if you value your freedoms in America. And then he calls everybody, pussies. So excuse my language. By the way, there's going to be a lot of bad language tonight because Brandon Shurtliff really goes off. He hasn't only threatened Brandy and the family on her Facebook. I have other stuff where Brandon is threatening people also. So just a trigger warning for everybody. The language in this live is going to be disturbing, but it's got to be said, right? I mean, value your freedoms. Is that a threat, Brandon? Are you making a threat there? Because on Brandy's Facebook, you didn't seem like you wanted anybody making any kind of threats, but here you are threatening. No one is scared of you. The Vaughan family definitely is not scared of you. I know Fruitland Police are not scared of you. And who cares if Stacey Wondra is scared of you? Could give two shits about it. I mean, the frustration that the Vaughan family has to be feeling now is so overwhelming. Not only that they have to sit at the preliminary hearing and hear all the details about what happened to their poor baby, to Michael Joseph Vaughan, but then after the preliminary hearing, when things really start to kick in after having nightmares and everything else, and realizing that they're going to have to go through, you know, a trial, not once, but 4 times. And a trial is a lot longer than a preliminary hearing that only lasts 3 damn days. And it was hard for them. And then on top of that, all of Michael's stuff gets torn down. And then on top of that, you've got Brandon Shurtliff all of a sudden coming out of the bushes. I mean, the only time he acts this hard is when he's doing rugs or drinking. For real. Brandon, get off the rugs. Go down to Fruitland. Come on now. Brandy posted on her Facebook, PSA to anyone that is hiding information, threatening my family, stealing our property, defaming and slandering our family will be dealt with accordingly. Because don't forget, we also have, you know, another creator attacking them as well since the preliminary hearing and for the past 4 years. To the ones who are directly helping these suspects and continues to ignore my request will be made famous. Have the day you deserve. Great words from Brandy. I told her today, yeah, you're pissed. You should be pissed, and it's okay to be pissed, and don't let anybody else tell you it's not okay to be pissed. That family is allowed to have their feelings, whether their feelings are sad, depressed, pissed off, screaming and yelling, sleeping all day, every day for a week. It doesn't matter. They have lost their son, their grandson, their brother, their nephew. I'm ready for this family to catch a break, catch a moment where there can just be some silence with no drama going on so that they can start dealing with the things they need to deal with. It has only been a couple of years since they came to accept the fact that Michael has passed away, that somebody murdered their child. Why are people still messing with this family? It's disgusting, and it also shows the characters of every single person out there that is doing something to the Vaughan family, because Fruitland Police have said that the Vaughan family is innocent of any wrongdoing to their son. They are like family, and I witnessed that firsthand at the preliminary hearing. Every guard, every police officer, every single person in court gave Tyler and Brandy respect, were there for them, asked them if they needed anything, hugged them, talked to them. If you're messing with the Vaughan family, you're messing with the entire community, not only in Fruitland, but outside of Fruitland, all the way to Caldwell, all the way to Cuna. They get community help from all over Idaho. This was this morning. Brandy posted, "Good Friday, everyone." It has come to my attention that Brandon Shurtliff, Brad Ziegler, is filing a lawsuit. Brandon, you know what you did to Michael. You know where he is. You will never shut me up. Nothing will ever shut me up until I get Monkey home. You had no damn right to take my baby away. You're liars, thieves, kidnappers, and murderers. I have never threatened you. It's been the truth. Did you know what your mama said about you? You don't scare me or intimidate me at all. Keep threatening me. You're going to find out real quick who you messed with, or that you messed with the wrong mama. Tick tock, tick tock. And Brandy, you couldn't have said it any better. You couldn't have said it any better. Brad Ziegler, Brandon Shurtliff, Tina Marie. This is the post that Brandy had put up where Brandon decides he's going to come into her Facebook and talk to her. Well, talk to a lot of people, actually. You sound just like Stacey Wondra. Lawsuit? And Brandy's laughing at you. Please, please do. You don't scare me at all. You will all pay for what you have done to Michael Joseph Vaughan. You all will face justice. You all will face justice. Keep trying to threaten me. Come on. Are you mad? I bet you're scared shitless, aren't you? I hope you are. You had no damn right to take my baby and then hide him in your house. Tina Marie, give me back my son. I wonder if Brandon's mama knows that he was hid in that house. I wonder what Brandon has told his mom about Michael being in that house. I wonder if Brandon's sleeping in that spare bedroom where he brought Michael in. Or maybe he walks past the place where the cadaver dogs hid when the district attorney said that the duffel bag got sat outside and Michael Vaughan stayed outside all night. How do you feel, Brandon? How do you live with yourself being at your mom's house? Do you think about him? Do you have nightmares about what you did to Michael Vaughan? Did you go back to that house after you abducted Michael? Did you go back to the house that night because you were paranoid, worrying that the person that was going to be checking on your mom's house was going to come find Michael before you had a chance to get back to Cuna? How'd you get to Cuna that night? Did Sarah drive you? Did Stacey drive you or Adrian drive you, or did they let you borrow one of the taxi cars? I've got questions. I know the Vaughan family has questions. I got questions. Come into my chat, start answering some if you dare. Come in with whatever fake YouTube name you want to. Here on Brandy Vaughan's Facebook, Brad Ziegler says, Lana, oh yeah, and if the Vaughan family places death threats on my family again, guess what's going to happen? Or me? You're scared of some death threats, Brandon? Haven't you threatened to kill people? I'm going to show everybody just how hardcore you've gotten with some people that have asked you about Michael Vaughan. They have never, Lana says, no, the Vaughan family has never made those kinds of threats to you or anybody in your family. And it's BS that you're even here trying to say that they have. And if you are receiving any threats, it's probably from the community. And now the community knows what you're doing because it's all over. Brad says, or Brandon says, listen, I know y'all are a bunch of haters. None of the so-called suspects kidnapped no one. Really? Then why is Stacey Wondra going to trial? Why are you all four named suspects, Brandon? Closed? No, cases aren't closed. One has just begun and 3 more are going to start. There is a probable cause affidavit on Sarah. You know that, right? You know what a probable cause affidavit is? Are you so stupid that you don't even know that she's going to be charged in October of 2026? You think when Sarah Wondra's charged, if not before then, now that she's been blamed for doing everything, that she's not going to squeal like a pig and tell law enforcement what happened the night that Michael was abducted and who murdered him? Also, if me and my family receive any more death threats from y'all, I allegedly take matters into my own hands. What does that mean? You sit there and you say nobody can make death threats against you and your family, but then you turn around and say that you're going to come after some people, that you're going to do something. Let's just rewind that a little bit. Hold on a second. Take matters into your own hands is what you say. I think that's a threat. How can you tell the Vaughan family not to make any threats against you and your family, but then talk about how you're going to take things into your own hands and threaten them? You think that you're the only one allowed to threaten anybody, even though the Vaughan family hasn't even threatened anybody? Really? This behavior is ridiculous. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Who's the puss now coming into Brandy Vaughan's page and making comments after helping Sarah take her son and then never give him back? Can't wait to see you in court. And then somebody says false. Lana doesn't know the truth. That's why. Everybody knows the truth. Everybody knows the truth. Thank you so much for the super chat. I stand proudly with the Vaughan family. Thank you so much for that super. I really do appreciate that. Brandon continues to say, let's kindly F off with your false accusations. Thanks, make it a great day. Or thanks, make it a great day. And then Brandy replies, which I told Brandy, I'm so sorry that you're having all of these issues, but I bet you it feels really good to be able to just tell him off. And of course it does. Of course it does. Brandon Shurtliff, you are a named suspect in her son's abduction and murder. I mean, you're going into Brandy Vaughan's Facebook now? Why? What are you even looking for over there? Are you just over there stalking, found something that pissed you off? I mean, isn't that harassment? You being on Brandy Vaughan's Facebook? You are a named suspect in her son's murder, and you're going to her Facebook and making comments? Wow. That does not look good, Brandon. This look does not look good on you. Oh my God. I can't even say you blow my mind, because every single one of you suspects are constantly doing ridiculous things. Brandy Vaughan says here too, Brad, how about you stop by the Fruitland again? You know where I live. Take matters into your own hands, huh? Like you did moving Michael's body? You are scared, aren't you? You know where he is. If you didn't kidnap no one, why was Michael sent at your mama's house, fool? You've told on yourselves, idiot. Your suspect criminal friends have all thrown you under the bus. You know where Michael is. I will never stop, Brandon Shurtliff. Oh, and your little ring of buddies, too, that you think you're going to intimidate me? You got another thing coming. You've been rolled on, fool. They have all thrown you under the bus, Brandon, and it's not going to stop. The bigger this gets, the more they realize they're going to go to prison for the rest of their life or get the DP, the more they're going to keep rolling. Now's actually the only time anybody can really make a plea deal, because if they don't, later on down the road, it's all going to be said and done. And if none of you take a plea deal, then you're all just going to end up there. I want Michael home, but I'd love to see you all in prison for the rest of your life. And then Brandon. Lawsuit filed, by the way. Really? Really? Does your attorney know that you're going over to Brandy's Facebook? You know, the attorney that filed the lawsuit for you? I mean, can't make this shit up, you guys. He's already filed the lawsuit. Brandy, you're going to be getting paperwork. I don't even believe it. And you know what? Now that you've came into Brandy's Facebook, harassing her like this, she can take this to court. You know that, right? That you're coming in and harassing her, that everything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. Yeah, you're ridiculous. Brandy also says, that is amazing news. I can't wait to see you in court. You better get your best lawyers in the world, or we could do it in the school or old school way. Meet you at the flagpole by 3? ? Keep fucking with me and see what happens, he says. Threatening her. Threatening Brandy. What are you going to do, Brandon? What are you going to do? Why are you in her Facebook threatening her? It takes it a little step above harassment at this point. Threatening? Really? What is she going to do? She's going to kick back and she's going to wait for your lawsuit to come so that she can make you talk about things, because you will have to talk about Michael Vaughan. You will have to talk about him if you want to sue anybody. Yeah, keep fucking with me and see what happens. You ain't got nothing, punk. You ain't got nothing. How's everybody doing over here in chat? Are you guys as fumed up as I am? Because I'm pissed. They should not be, the Vaughan family should not be dealing with this right now. I just had a community member call, and their partner has a printing business and want to print up flyers and banners ASAP. I need a file of the flyer with Michael Vaughan's picture and the 4 suspects. If anybody has that flyer, send it to Brandy so she can get on that. Flight's just flying by. There ain't even keeping up on it. I didn't mean to sound pushy. You are not being pushy. You are not being pushy at all, hun. You have nothing to apologize for. If anybody has that flyer, please send it. Honey, I only have it in my computer, in my files, and I don't send anything from my computer. And honestly, I wouldn't even know how to do it. I'm just glad that somebody is offering. There's been lots of people in the community, lots of people in the comment section getting pissed off about everything being gone, wanting to help Brandy and the family out, not only with their businesses, for printing stuff up just with anything, because people are pissed. Like I said, chat is just flying by, trying to catch some devil advocates here. I think we should exile communication with them, just my opinion, and let them sweat. Oh no, honey, pressure just began. Oh, make Adrian and Brandon's photo extra large, right? Hell, let's make posters of just Brandon, just Sarah, just Stacey, just Adrian, and just put on those suspects in Michael Vaughan's abduction and murder. Welcome in, Country Cuz. Nice to see you. Just looking through. I'm in Canada. I'm pissed. Thank you for coming in, Diana. Yeah, we're all mad. Anybody a part of Monkey's Army is mad. This is just ridiculous. Everything. Empty threats. Because he's a coward. He knows he's going down. Yep. He does know. Chuck Anderson's granddaughter says, I'm pissed, Sammy. Stalking Brandy's Facebook. Come on now. Okay. Not even going to have that kind of stuff. Don't get all S in my chat, please. That is awesome. I'm so happy, Brandy, that somebody called you. Hey, Tina, did you actually throw Brandon into a fan as a child, or was he just born this dumb? Well, it's awful that anyone would go in there and threaten or stall a grieving family. Psychopath. It's not that easy to find an attorney who will file a suit. Maybe he has a jailhouse lawyer from one of his past incarcerations. Well, any attorney that he get, he better be a good one, because they're expensive, and his mom ain't got enough money to pay for an attorney for a lawsuit. And Brandon's just working DoorDash, so he ain't got the money either. I mean, I don't think he's ever even had really his own place. And when he did, he lived with suspects that wanted to abduct and murder a child. So let's just start going over some more threats that we've seen Brandon make. It's going to get real here. Brandon says he never once mentioned that to me before. When asked why Adrian is saying that he was set up if he was with you the whole day. And then Brandon says if anyone was set up, it was me. This so-called missing child was the same birthday as me. Did you know that? Do we care? Do you think we care that you had the same birthday as Michael? You do realize had, right? His birthday still in June, but he's no longer here to even celebrate his birthday. So shame on you. And I hope when it is your birthday, Brandon, that you think about Michael and the fact that he does not get to have that birthday. And you think because you share some birthday with Michael Vaughan that you're like connected to him in some way, shape, or form. The only way that you are connected to him is being in that living room on July 27th of 2021, watching Michael be abducted, duct taped, put into a duffel bag. And then you, Sarah, and Stacey got into the GMC truck and drove him to Cuna. And you've admitted to being in the truck. You have admitted getting out of the truck to check, be in the back. We know what you've done. Then he says F off. That's his favorite word. When he has nothing else to say, just F off. I say you did it. You ready to take one to the face, Mr. No Name. I will kill you. It may take time, but I will. Good night, dear. So here he is threatening to take somebody's life. Keep talking to me, and I'm not even going to say the word. It's Faggot, and I will have your head on a table for dinner or show your face in reach of my swing, and we can have all little tea party date. You down? Who's threatening who, Brandon? You don't like to talk about Michael Vaughan, and when someone starts asking you questions about Michael Vaughan, you start making threats, death threats. You even say, because I will rip your face off your skull. You keep effing with me with your bare hands too, or with my bare hands too. And then we shall see who has a big, you know what, left. All right. Good day, sir. Or bitch ass, not saying that word, F off. Deal? We cool? I'll still pay nothing back for your time and effort. Still wish to sign? Wow, Brandon, ripped the face right off of someone's skull, huh? That's a threat. I'll make sure law enforcement gets all these threats so that they have it. How about that? I'll make sure that they know that you're making threats to everybody that talks about Michael Vaughan. Yeah, he is, Kim. He is vile. Gosh, that guy's a decompensating. Guilt must be eating him alive. I'm sure. You are welcome, Toaster. I am sure he just gave him away and give himself away, showed what kind of person he really is. Now, I wonder if his mom knows what kind of person he is. Those messages say a lot. Well, I'm just getting started, Renee. I'm just getting started. Wow. Scared, petrified, and immature. You don't act like that unless you know you have something to hide. Because if you had nothing to hide, you wouldn't be engaging and stalking Miss Rizzo. Yes, he's a deranged monster. His own child isn't safe. I don't even think he sees his own child, honestly. Let's see what you have to say in these messages, Brandon. Brandon Shurtliff. This is another one of his fake profiles because him and Adrian love fake profiles. They love using code and code signs, right? Isn't that what you like to do? Putting your little worlds up in the corner of your Facebook profiles. Who are you talking to, Brandon? What are you putting those worlds up? What's that dove with the world on it? What's that dove mean? We know you're using code and signs and all your profile pictures. Brando does what he wants, so don't fuck with him. First warning. Warning, warning, don't mess with Brandon Shurtliff. Give me a break. You hide behind your messages. You can only type out this stuff. You're not even bad. You just want to think you're bad. That's why you had to take an innocent 5-year-old little boy, an innocent child, because you're too big of a puss to try messing around with anybody else. True Crime, The Missing. I've talked to you guys about them on TikTok. I've worked with them for a while now. They send me things in Messenger every now and then, and this was something that I got sent. And True Crime, The Missing says, I'm so scared. Of course you do what you want to do, coward, piece of shit. It won't go without consequences. TikTok, Brandon. Everybody's saying TikTok. You know time's running out, right? Or do you not realize what TikTok means? TikTok is like the ticking of the clock when it's going round and round and round and round, and eventually the timer runs out. It's like setting a timer and just waiting for it to run out of time. I just thought I would explain that to you a little bit since you're so ignorant, but I put this up during one of my last lives. F off, True Crime. Have a great one. When he ain't got nothing to say, it's just F off. F off. True Crime says, call me. I'll hear you out, even though I think your guilty conscience, or even though I think your guilty conscience me otherwise. Thanks for following, Brandon. Is this warning number 2? You are the one making your life difficult. All we want is the location of Michael's precious body. We won't go away. Then I'll have to make you go away, he says. How are you going to do that, Brandon? Are you threatening somebody's life again? Is that what that is? You're threatening Brandy on her Facebook. You're threatening True Crime, The Missing. I don't think you realize that none of us are scared of you. If that's a threat, bring it. You don't scare me. You are a pathetic piece of crap. And then Brandon just laughs about it. He doesn't care. He doesn't care at all. He hasn't cared this whole time since Michael was abducted and murdered. He didn't care when he was watching Sarah come into the house. When Michael was being duct taped and being put into a bag, he didn't care. He cared so much that he handed Sarah the duffel bag. He cared so much that Michael Vaughan got put into a truck and went to Cuna. He cared so much that he took Michael out of the bed of that truck and carried him into his mom's house or sat him down outside the house to stay there all night long. And now he's living at his mom's house, and he doesn't care about that either. I really, really, really do wonder, Brandon, how you sleep at night being in that house. You say the whole wide world hates you, and it's true. Because you won't tell anybody where Michael is. And we know, you know where Michael is. And that's all we want. Give up Michael, take the plea deal, give Michael back to his family so they can lay him to rest, so they can actually have a place to go to visit with their son, to even lay on that grave if they have to talk to him, to cry to him, just to feel like his presence is with them. Imagine if this was your child, if you even care about your own child. They need somewhere to go. They need a place to visit with Michael. And you're somebody that can give Michael up. Maybe the world wouldn't hate you so bad if you just told everyone where Michael was, especially the Fruitland Police Department. Your lawsuit is laughable. You should be focusing on what you need to do to stay out of prison for the rest of your life. Instead, you're playing Facebook games, you're deflecting, you're being a coward. We do not feel sorry for you. Do not play the victim like, oh no, people don't like me, the world hates me. Misty says you're depressed. Are you depressed? And that it's gotten worse since the preliminary hearing. Why? Are you worried? You don't like all this pressure being put onto you? You don't like people talking about the fact that you told detectives that you saw Sarah and Stacey put that duffel bag in a crawl space or a basement? You don't like the world to know that when detectives asked you if you had a red or orange duffel bag, you said, yeah, I have a red Marlboro duffel bag. Have you found it yet? Why do you ask about a duffel bag? And if they'd found it yet, we know it's not in your possession now. Why are you worried about them finding your Marlboro red duffel bag? Why? There's only one reason why you would be worried about that, right? You also do realize the duffel bag is going to still be there, that Michael's still going to be in it, right? When the duffel bag is found. Because those clothes that were put in there with Michael are going to help keep everything in, how do I word this? Is going to keep everything intact. He will still be in there. Here's some more messages from Brandy Z, Brad Ziegler. There's a conversation going on about Stacey Wondra right here, and Brandon's laugh out loud. Guy's a douchebag, laugh out loud, the Stacey guy. Brandon says, amen, bro. Just don't say bad shit about Brandon or Adrian. They cool. Really? They cool? Come on, Brandon. Are you saying that rug trafficking and speculation of human trafficking is cool? Taking young girls and putting them on the streets to make some money is cool too? Because that's what Adrian was doing. That's what Adrian wanted to do. That's why him and Sarah were running apps. This is all cool? What about stealing a 5-year-old boy like Michael? Is that also cool? Brandon and Adrian cool. Neither of you guys are cool. You're wannabes. That's all you are. Wannabe. Wannabe what? Zero to hero, just like that. Or hero to zero. Brandon says Adrian too. Who, Brandon? Brandon Shurtliff? That's just an innocent bystander. Yo. Innocent bystander? Really? I thought bystanders are what witnesses are. Like, I thought bystanders witness things. So are you confirming here, Brandon, that you witnessed something? Is that what you're doing? How is that innocent, Brandon? If you witnessed a crime and keep refusing to cooperate, you are by far not innocent. And if you are a bystander, then you witnessed something. So go tell law enforcement what you witnessed. Here is Brando, Shirt Z. Again, messaging, threatening to harm people, to take their lives. I'm going to effing kill you, bitch. On God, go F yourself. And then CUNT. I swear to God, they are not gonna want to put up this video on YouTube. Brandon says, say it again and see. Say it again. If I see you, it's on sight. You like little boys, so you're a FAGGOTT. Cool. Then we shall smoke you. Who's we? Who's we, Brandon? The Polk twins? Tyrone and Tyrell, do you know them by that name? Or do you know them by Gabriel and... Oh my goodness, what's the other one's name? Because I can't remember. Oh, we, huh? That your ring you're talking about, LOL? Your little gang member friends? And he says, yep. See, here you have Brandon Shurtliff admitting to having gang member friends. We've talked about this before in the past. We know that there were gang members threatening Adrian Lucien. We've heard them threaten him. I have played that audio. Brandon Shurtliff knew gang members too. Who the F are you, and why do you keep blasting me on TikTok, mother effer? If I knew who you were, I might want to skip the tape. And why does he capitalize tape? And knock your effing teeth in, pal. Skip the tape? If I knew who you were, I might want to skip the tape. Are you talking about skipping the tape like the duct tape that you used on Michael Vaughan? You want to skip that part so you don't want to duct tape them? You just want to knock their teeth out? Is that what you're saying? What the hell is with skip the tape? Can you explain that to everybody? I feel like you got a lot of explaining to do because you're threatening people. You're threatening to take people's lives. And now you're on Brandy's Facebook making threats, right? I mean, seriously, does your attorney know what you're doing? Do I need to send all of these threats to your attorney too? Let me know who he is, or maybe I can find out on my own. Hey, Brandy, if you do get any paperwork, let me know who his attorney is. I'll make sure he knows who he's dealing with or who she's dealing with. Brennan says, I'd be willing to snipe your head off your effing body if you think I would ever do something like that with the B word. Who the F are you, B word? Because they're saying, I'd be happy to meet you in person at a location. You and Sarah put Michael. Because even this person knows, Brandon, that you know where Michael is. And who you think you are effing with, B word. We all know who we're messing with, Brandon. A coward. Everybody knows it. Cool, where's Michael? And if that don't work, maybe a duel with swords. Oh my God, what a dork. What a friggin' dork. What you want to do, he says. You put him in Lake Lowell, question mark? I don't know. You tell me, Mother Tucker. Or under some concrete? Wouldn't the answers to that be no? No, I didn't put him under that. No, I didn't do that. No. You just want to threaten back because somebody's asking you about Michael. You want me to skip and just hit you with a 100-round clip? Really? Do it. Who are you threatening? You are not a badass, Brandon, and we all know it. You are scared. You want to run and hide. I wouldn't be surprised if you do. That's why you didn't like me putting up the short telling everybody to ask you where Brandon or where Michael was if they see you, right? You don't want anybody knowing who you are, what you've done. But it's too late for that. It's too late for that. Your only option now is to get a good attorney, go to court when you're charged, and try to fight it. Or you could go and make a plea deal, maybe not spend so much time in prison. I mean, we hear things coming out of your own mouth. You talk about some really random things when you talk. I made a clip of some stuff that you talk about. Let's listen. Anybody talking about kidnapping somebody or anything?
So before Michael Vaughan came up missing, no, I don't think I remember anybody talking about kidnapping or taking someone's kid or doing anything.
So before Michael come up missing, I don't think. Well, what about the day that Michael came up missing? Did anybody talk about it?
Harm, foul play, or nothing like that at all.
And I only asked him if anybody wanted to talk, tried to talk about kidnapping somebody, and he starts mentioning foul play and stuff. Nobody asked you that, Brandon.
Until this July 27th day we speak of in 2021. Anything, harm, foul play, or nothing like that at all until this July 27th day we speak of in 2021.
Until this day. So if you guys listen to that really close, he says nothing before this Michael Vaughan thing. And then he starts talking about harm, foul play, up until this July day.
Now, whether or not some of that stuff did happen or not, I do not know, but
whether or not any of that stuff happened, I do not know. And that, in his own words, you can tell by the way he says it. I mean, he's saying there he knows something. He's deflecting away from it so bad. If anything happened that day, I don't know. But you do know, Brandon, you saw everything. You were involved with everything. You were there in the Wondra's house that day. You're seen walking the neighborhood from 6 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. You're in the neighborhood right around the time Michael came up missing. What the hell were you doing walking around Three Rivers Way, down by the splash pad, cutting through woods, and ending up on Meadowlark and Red Wing? Why?
As far as I know, up until that point, no one had said anything to me like that.
Some people want me to, up until that point. He always does that up until that point. To ask you again about your stop on the way out of the neighborhood. You said you guys pulled over to the side of the road.
Right, yeah. The vehicle was stopped in the middle or on the side of the road for a short amount of time, yes. For a brief
And that was
moment.
on the way to Kuna when you were. Brandon Shurtliff, where's my baby? Where's Monkey? You know, give me back Michael. Brandy Vaughan wants her son back. Brandon, make it stop for yourself. Give Michael back to his family. You still hear Michael. And he probably does still hear Michael screams every day. On your way to your mom's house, correct?
Right, when I was going to get my car before that, I'm pretty sure Stace said, hey, we need to pull over. One of the people in the truck or car said, hey, we need to pull over and check our power steering real quick, if I am correct. I'm pretty sure that was what the issue was.
And who was in the vehicle at that time?
I'm pretty sure it was...
Why is he taking so long to answer one simple question? I'm sure he's had to answer before. He takes so long to say, CCTV camera picked it up. Sarah was driving the car. Stacey was in the passenger's front seat of the car. Brandon was sitting in the back. So just say it, Brandon. Or are you thinking about Michael Vaughan being in that duffel bag in the back of that truck and you keep thinking about that so you can't talk about who's really in that truck?
Stace, Sarah, me,
Okay.
and I think that was it.
I think that was it. I think that was it. Was there somebody else? Brandon? You think that was it, huh? Boy, oh boy, you're going to be in so much trouble when they get you in that courtroom and get you up on the stand. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm trying to go over details too, because sometimes we give people's rides, and I'm trying to put a name to a face, and
trying to put a name to a face because sometimes we give people rides. What does giving people rides and names and faces have to do with who was in the truck going to Kuna? You know the day I'm talking about. The day you put Michael in the truck to take him to Kuna.
Go over kind of what I've been through, or
what you've been through, Brandon? Really? What about what the Vaughan family's gone through? You think you hear Michael screams at night? Do you think that the family doesn't have nightmares about what happened to him? They don't even know what really happened. They only have heard what Stacey has said. You think that it doesn't kill them not knowing what happened to their son? And as bad as it would hurt to hear every single little detail, yeah, they probably want to know all of it. Just so they know, because it haunts them. Like I hope Michael haunts you.
along.
Yeah, take your time, no worries. Who was driving the truck on the way to Kuna?
So I'm pretty sure Sarah was at that time.
Okay. Did you see a kid in the neighborhood anywhere when you pulled over to the side of the road?
I did not know, but I think I did remember, because I was the one that was probably going to get the power steering out and open the hood and go check.
And here's Brandon for the first time ever in all of Stacey shit show, his other interviews, putting himself outside of the truck, getting out of the truck, just like it says in the probable cause affidavit. Stacey Wondra says that they heard screaming coming from the duffel bag, and he told Brandon to get out of the truck and check on him.
Check it and this and that, and the other people would have been in the truck, you know, so they might have had a lookout and said that they might have seen somebody or this or that.
They might have had a lookout. Is that what you were doing when you were walking around the neighborhood, Brandon, was being a lookout? And here you're talking about a lookout as you're pulling over to the side of the road on 8th in Arizona, really near to the spot where Michael Vaughan was abducted from. A lookout. You have so much leakage in everything you say, Brandon. Just want you to know. Everywhere you go, everything you do, every time you get on social media, we hear about your leakage. It's everywhere.
So, I mean, I do remember something being said about that, but was it the little kid, the 5-year-old missing boy that was on the thing later that day? No, I did not see him at that time. In fact,
who got out of the vehicle, if anybody got out of the vehicle, to put in the power steering fluid?
I'm pretty sure I went out and helped him with it.
Brandon puts himself outside of the truck, and he put Stacey outside of the truck. I'm pretty sure I helped him with it. He sounds like he's swallowing a frog. I bet you he had to gulp to even say that, because he's realizing what he's saying as he's saying it, and the only thing he could think about was Michael, because he knows why he got out of that truck. Listen to the sound of his voice again. Who got out of the vehicle, if anybody got out of the vehicle, to put in the power steering fluid?
I'm pretty sure I went out and helped him with it.
This is the one part that creeps me out the most, because I know in his head, he's thinking about why he had to get out of the car. He couldn't even say it without even sounding like he was disturbed by saying it. We know what you did, Brandon. We know you got out of that truck to check on Michael Vaughan. That's what Stacey is saying. If that's not what you did, go tell law enforcement why you really pulled over to the side of the road then. The thing is, though, is you took Michael to Cuna, to your mom's house. It was your idea. Hey, okay, I know what we can do. My mom's not home. She's out of town. We can just take him over there. We got to get him out of this neighborhood right now. Isn't that kind of how that panicked conversation went? Because you all realized that the child that was abducted from your neighborhood, and you knew, because Stacey Wondra saying he was kidnapped right in between 6:30, 6:35 to 6:45. You guys are out on CCTV camera at 7:08. You only have Michael 20 to 30 minutes. And that is because this argument you guys got into and everything was nothing but panic. You had to get Michael out of there because you knew soon people were going to be looking for Michael. Thank you so much for the super chat. Shannon says he first said it was just him, then said it was just him and Stacey. I just caught that for the first time. Yes, he did. He first says it was him, then he says it's him and Stacey, you are correct. Thank you so much for that super chat. I really, really do appreciate you. And also, thank you so much for a Missing PNW membership. If anybody gets that membership, please thank Shannon, my beautiful, beautiful moderator. Thank you so much, Shannon. He keeps using words like probably and pretty sure. That shows the lack of confidence in what he's saying. Absolutely, it does. And he does it all the time. All the time. Okay. All right.
So I don't exactly know who all came out and checked, but there's just a lot of things to go over. But I'm pretty sure
Brandy says, you sick SOB, and those are true words. You and that evil creature seen me that night. Such a coward. Brandy Vaughn's talking about the night that you and Sarah came back from the gas station and decided to drive down 9th Street and drive by the Vaughan family's house to get in on the action, to see what was going on, to hear what people were saying, and then see Brandy crying because her 5-year-old baby is missing. You are a monster. Who gets off on stuff like that? It's written in Sarah's probable cause, Brandon. If you want to see it, you can come on in to the Michael Vaughan Case Revisited group and see all of the stuff that I've posted. There's a lot. You can comment in there and harass me all you want. Stop harassing the Vaughan family. I'll make sure that Brandy has all of this information from tonight's live too. Since you're going to sue her for harassment, we're going to have to show what kind of harassment you're capable of. Because right now, maybe the Vaughan family should be fearing for their life. The way you threaten people. These gang members and stuff that you talk about having. Do you like what you saw, Brandon? You and Sarah are sick. I bet you didn't know we knew that. Right, Callie? Everything's coming out in court documents. We've only seen 2 probable cause affidavits and 3 days of preliminary hearing, but there's 20,000 pages of discovery and evidence, Brandon. You think your attorney is going to be able to handle 20,000 pages of discovery? That's a lot. I hope they're good. I hope they can read and be able to, take it in, all 20,000 pages. I wonder how many of those pages have your name on it, Brandon. Because, man, when you're flipping through the probable cause affidavits that are at least 8 to 10 pages long, your name's all in them. Like I said, go over to Michael Vaughan Case Revisited. Go get both probable cause affidavits. They're there. Read it up, Brandon. There is years of information, Brandon. All those amazing tools that the FBI brought in. Guess what? I know what, Brandy. They're coming after you, Brandon. They got what they need. And we're not talking about little bitty tiny little Fruitland Police Department. We're talking about the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, helping in Michael Vaughan's case, helping collect evidence and come up with 20,000 pages of discovery. Fool.
I helped him pop it off and pour it in there that day.
So
if
you
I
and
remember
Stacey
right.
did the
Yeah.
fluids? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And you said you made a stop at a gas station out of town, right?
Well, it was still in Fruitland town, so we went over there and put $20 in for gas, or put a couple gallons in. I don't quite remember. I'm gonna see if I.
He is just scrambling around here because all he can remember was the scam they were doing up there at the gas station, panhandling for money or something like that. Wasn't that right, Brandon? Wasn't there some kind of panhandling or something? Or did you guys even go to the gas station? Did you guys do something else? I mean, you're not really going to drive into like a gas station with a duffel bag with a boy in it that was just screaming down on 8th Street, right? What's the truth? We'll find out in court. We'll find out during Stacey Wondra's trial, all of the information out there. And you can guarantee, Brandon, I will know everything that happens in that trial. Everything. And I just started to begin to put out the information that I found out from a 3-day preliminary trial. Do you know how much I'm going to be able to talk about you after the trial, during the trial for Stacey Wondra? As that evidence starts coming out, all those 20,000 pages.
I can go over receipts and look or whatever, or it might have just been cash. I don't know.
Okay.
But I remember we had to stop and get a little bit of fuel before we took off and hit the freeway because, you know, you don't want to be running out of fuel on the freeway.
Right. Did you guys go in the gas station for anything?
If we did, it would have been for just gas, maybe grab a drink or something. I don't know.
Oh. Brandy says 20,000 and counting, Brendan Shurtliff. It was it was stated in court. Guess who all is in that information? You little pipsqueak. Get him, mama. Get him. Shannon says how I love he kind of says how they did the fluids and makes it sound like it took forever. And as someone that has been Brandy's mom work on cars, I bet she does it faster and calls BS. Right? I said the other night on my live that I hate having car problems, and she's like, I love to get in there and fix on cars. Okay.
But other than that, not a long stay, no.
And why does he have to reiterate the fact that it wasn't a long stay? Like, there's just something up with this whole gonna go get gas. They're not really gonna go to a gas station. Stacey Wondra saying that Michael is making noises coming on 8th Street, but they're going to go to a gas station? I mean, they're having to play loud music, according to the district attorney, so that nobody hears Michael. I mean, sometimes, I'm not even going to say it. I'm just not going to say it. TikTok, Brandon. PJ Vision, does Dolly Vision know that his great big banner that he made for Michael was taken? Could you let them know? It's been sitting there for 4.5 years. Somebody recently took it down. It really upset Brandy. Thank you for coming in, PJ. Love to have you here. Do you have anything else you want to say before you go?
I wish none of this.
Listen right here to what Brandon has to say when I ask him if he has anything else to say. The way he talks about how he wishes things wouldn't have gone down the way that they did and blah, 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 blah. It's all leakage. He really gets into his feelings here. Do you have anything else you want to say before you go?
I wish none of this would have happened. I wish it didn't go down the way it did. And, you know, I'm just appalled, pretty much. Just, it doesn't make me happy either. And, yeah, I will look to seeing you guys on the next New Lives. And thanks everyone for coming out and being a part of it.
He was so emotional. He just got done listening to Blue read her big essay, her thing that she did for school, and he got all caught up in his feelings. Let's listen to him say this again.
Drink or something, I don't know.
Okay.
But other than that, not a long stay, no.
Do you have anything else you want to say before you go?
I wish none of this would have happened. I wish it didn't go down the way it did. And, you know, I'm just appalled, pretty much. Just, it doesn't make me happy either. And, yeah, I will look to seeing you guys on the next New Lives. And thanks, everyone, for coming out and being a part of it.
I wish it didn't go down the way that it did. Hair curlers and crime. Exactly. And it's not all about you, Brandon. Yes, he is a liar. Being sorry doesn't make it go away. Giving Michael back is a small gesture to being really sorry. I mean, just like we tell Sarah Wondra, if she's asking forgiveness, you know, you're going to get the forgiveness for doing the bad things that you've done, but you also got to act like you are remorseful, and none of you do that. You all want to continue to play games with law enforcement, to play games with the family, to do your YouTube shit shows, making comments in my comment section, going up on JLR, coming up on my panel, Stacey Wondra going all over YouTube. Appalled, you snatched a baby off the street. Appalled, you are walking free. And you're appalled? Really? Brandon Shurtliff, where's Michael Joseph Vaughan? Give Brandy back her son. Give the family back Michael. Brandon, give up the location or you're done. Believe that. Not much time left. He is scared to death of the DP. Yes, Sarah is. Not one of them wants to save their own lives by telling Ellie where Michael is. You can run, but you can't hide, Brandon. Brando. What are you going to do now, Brandon? The ball's in your court. We want Michael home. Monkey's army is never going anywhere. The Vaughan family is never going to stop fighting. Time is running out for you, and you know it, and that's why you're scared shitless. That's why you're freaking out. That's why you're running all over to Brandy's page, commenting on YouTube. You're terrified. The whole world hates you, remember? Those were your own words. What are you going to do now? You going to keep threatening to harm people, to take their lives? You going to threaten like Stacey Wondra every other time you talk that you're going to sue somebody? We really do hope that you do a lawsuit. We really, really do. It will make you have to talk about Michael. And that's all we want. That's all anybody wants, Brandon. If anybody out here has a tip, please turn it in to Fruitland Police Department tip line 208-642-6006 or email findmichael at fruitland.org. Did you guys see Brandon Shurtliff anywhere, in a car with anybody, wandering around anywhere? Have you seen Brandon Shurtliff doing anything suspicious? If you see Brandon Shurtliff, ask him where Michael is. Stacey Wondra is going to trial. Those are the facts. Sarah Wondra will be charged in October of 2026, both of them for first-degree murder, second-degree kidnapping, and destruction of evidence. We know here recently that Adrian Lucien is even pissed off. He is mad. He is saying, damn, y'all be hating hard. You're lame as F. We're lame, Adrian? We aren't lame. You're lame. Go talk to law enforcement. Adrian, don't think that you are getting away with anything either. You're not. Brandon, you're not getting away with anything. Just because you guys are free doesn't mean you're getting away with anything. There are so many people watching you, you have no clue. If I get people messaging me and my messenger when they've seen you two, I know damn well Fruitland Tipline is getting messages too. And you can leave those kind of tips at 208-642-6006 or email findmichael@fruitland.org. Michael Joseph Vaughan, our little monkey, was abducted by Stacey Wondra, Sarah Wondra, Adrian Lucien, and Brandon Shurtliff. The 4 named suspects. None of them will get away for what they have done to precious Michael Vaughan. Michael Vaughan will come home. Brandy Vaughan, Pinky promised Monkey that she would bring him home. And I know her strength. I hear it in her voice. I see it all the time. She wants to stand and fight. I hear Tyler in the background saying the same thing when I'm on the phone with Brandy. These parents are never going to give up. They will fight until justice is served for Stacey, Sarah, Adrian, and you, Brandon. The fact, Brandon, that you have decided to start running your mouth here recently just shows how scared you are. It really does. You are a coward now, and you were a coward when you helped abduct and murder Michael Vaughan. End of discussion. You can say anything you want to try to get out of it. We don't believe you. I want to thank everybody that has came in tonight to support the Vaughan family, to support precious Michael. We're still fighting all the time. I'm never going to give up here at Missing PNW. I'm here to stay. I'm never going away. Brandy couldn't get rid of me if she wanted to. We have a job to do as Monkey's Army, and that is to share Michael. Share these suspects' faces. Talk about the hearing that's coming up, this trial coming up, that Stacey Wondra has been charged. Talk about it and talk about it. I'm getting more and more misinformation in the Michael Vaughan Revisited Facebook group, and it's because people still don't understand that even Stacey Wondra has already been arrested for this. They don't understand that Sarah Wondra is also going to be charged in October. And of course, we're still hearing questions about why Adrian and Brandon haven't been arrested yet. And that's because it's little bitty tiny little Fruitland in Payette County. It's too small to try all four at once. And if they try, something bad could happen, and 1, 2, 3, 4 of these suspects could be released out into the public. And yeah, we're frustrated that 2 of them are still out in public. We don't want them harming anybody else. And Lord knows Brandon Shurtliff's capable of it. Look at all his threats. It's not even safe to have him out on the streets. Monkey's army is strong. The Vaughan family is stronger. Keep supporting the Vaughan family, lifting them up in prayer, and continue to do the right thing by calling in tips. The Fruitland Police tip line is 208-642-6006, or you can email findmichael@fruitland.org. Brandy and Tyler want their son home. Buggy and Blue and Bubba and Papa want Michael to come home. Brandon, if you have any at all remorse for what you've done, remorse, what you saw, get your attorney and go to Fruitland. Go talk to somebody. You're going to live with this for the rest of your life. I really thought that when I was talking with you that I could get you to do the right thing, and all you did was turn around and scramble right after you got up on live with me. Ran away and hid. I know you want to do the right thing. I really do. And it's time. Right now. Because if you don't think it's not going to happen, if you don't think that Sarah and Stacey aren't going to just roll over on you, I mean, they already have. But when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, everybody's going down. If you know where Monkey is, just tell somebody where Monkey is. Email it. Anonymously, something. 208-642-6006, or email findmichael@fruitland.org. That's the number. We need tips to come in. Monkey's army is strong, and we're never going away. Please, please, please bring Michael home, Brandon.